Welcome to the Portraits Whisper, where our guest storytellers are portraits, paintings, and artworks. Here, every canvas breathes and every brushstroke hides a story waiting to be told. Tonight's whisper is from our guest, Fisherman at Sea, an oil painting by the English artist Joseph Mylord William Turner, created in 1796 at age 21. Showing us a moonlit view of fishermen on rough seas near the Isle of Wight. The fragility of human life is represented by the small boat with its flickering lamp and the sublime power of nature. Turner's sea keeps its secrets. Canvas remembers. Lanterns swallowed, eyes risen, and fishermen left adrift in the darkness. I am Turner's canvas, and I remember the night the sea swallowed lantern light. My oils hold the clash of moon and storm, the fragile boat adrift, the jaws of wave rising blacker than heaven's vault. Oil and tempest are my language. I freeze chaos and beauty in terror. My story is not of land or comfort, but of the relentless, unforgiving heart of the ocean. Look closely, and you will hear what I have trapped. I am a canvas of chaos. I show you a small fishing boat, a fragile toy, tossed by the monstrous swells of a moonlit night. The mast strains, the sails are furled, and tiny figures of men cling to their fate, dwarfed by the towering waves that threaten to consume them. Above, a sliver of moon, cold and indifferent, attempts to pierce the swirling clouds, casting a pale spectral light on the turmoil below. But I am only the surface, a fleeting glimpse of a struggle that is both eternal and deeply personal. I can show you the spray of the dark depths, the desperate human endeavor. Yet to truly understand the vast, silent terror I hold, you must listen to the ancient, churning heart that governs this scene. Listen now, let my painted waves recede, and hear the story from the one who commands them all. I am the sea. I am not merely water. I am breath and hunger, eternity and oblivion. I was here before their small boats, and I will be here long after their wood has splintered and their bones have dissolved into salt. I am older than Turner's brush, older than stars. I know the weight of every drowned man, every broken hull, every lantern snuffed. They call me cruel, but I am not cruel. I am endless. I do not hate them. I do not love them. They are spray upon my skin, foam upon my breath. I watch them, these fleeting specks, these brief flickers of life that dare to skim my surface. They cast their nets, they seek their sustenance, believing themselves master of their craft. But they are merely granted temporary passage, guests in a house that does not care if they stay or drown. The moon above, my ancient companion, pulls at my depths, and I respond with a restless energy they call storm. It is not malice, it is simply my nature. I rise, I churn, I swallow, I hold countless whispers in my silent, lightless depths. The last gasps, the creaking timbers, the songs of men long lost. Their cries are but another ripple in my endless, indifferent song. Yes, they call me beautiful, they call me cruel. I am neither, I simply am. I am the vast, hungry maw that opens and closes with the tides. The cradle and the grave of all life that touches my boundless expanse. These small men and their small boats. They are a moment of turbulence, a fleeting interruption of my eternal calm. Soon, they too will be part of the secrets I hold. Another memory whispered by the currents, and I will roll on forever. I cradled the fishermen that night as I cradled all things. Close, tight, inescapable. They thought their nets were for me, but no rope can bind the deep, no plank can master me. Their oars bit at my surface, the little flame of a lantern dared to tremble against me. And I laughed in tides. Listen closer. Listen. One of their voices rises from the boat. I am the fisherman. I held the tiller, though my hands shook. The lantern hissed, swaying, its glow a warm heart in the cold of the black. The timbers groaned like old bones. The ropes slapped wet against the mast, sounds I knew well, until they were swallowed by that hum. The year is 1796. The sea off the coast of the Isle of Wight is a thing of dark, heaving mountains and deep, silent valleys. And our little fishing smack, the world is a violent canvas of deep greens and grays. Salt spray stings our eyes, and the wind, a bitter, constant wail, tugs at the sails. There are 4 of us here. John, with a face as weathered as the timbers of this boat. Thomas, a young lad on his first real run, pale and shivering. And my brother Robert, his knuckles white as he grips the tiller. I am the 4th, and I'll confess, my stomach is turning with fear more than the waves. Our only friend in this churning chaos is the warm, trembling light of our lantern. It hangs from a spar, a defiant amber heart in the cold darkness. It is meant to lure fish to our nets, but tonight it seems to attract something else. "Hold fast, lads!" John shouts over the wind. "The tide will turn soon. We just need to ride this out." But the tide is not what has my heart hammering against my ribs. It's the moonlight. The full moon has sliced a sliver through the clouds, casting a strange ethereal glow on the water. It is a different kind of light than our humble lamp, cold and ancient, and it shows me things our lantern keeps hidden. In the moon's eerie brilliance, the waves are not just water. They are vast, dark shapes, like the backs of sleeping giants. As they swell and crest, I see something in their foam, something that is not foam. A shimmer of scales, a flicker of something too large to comprehend, like the ghost of a whale, but wrong. "Robert," I whisper, my voice catching. "Did you see that?" "See what?" he grunts, fighting the rudder. "The needles? Yeah, we're closer than I like." The needles. The needles are the 3 great chalk formations jutting from the coast, jagged teeth waiting to tear a hole to splinters. But that isn't what I meant. The chalk cliffs are known danger. The thing in the water is not. Thomas whimpers from the bow, pointing a shaking hand at the dark water just beyond the reach of our lantern's glow. "The nets! They're pulling!" Suddenly a violent lurch throws me against the side of the boat. The lantern swings wildly, casting grotesque dancing shadows. The nets are being hauled, but not by us. A tremendous unseen weight pulls them taut, threatening to capsize our small vessel. "Cut the lines!" John bellows. "Cut them now!" Robert fumbles for his knife. The moon has disappeared behind a thick smear of cloud, plunging us into near total darkness. The only light left is our struggling lantern, and it flickers as if gasping for breath. "What is it?" Thomas cries. It's pulling." I feel it then, a terrible deep vibration coming up from the abyss. Not the roar of the sea, but a sound that chills me to the bone. It is a soft, deep hum, like a song sung from the bottom of the world, and it is coming for us. In the brief, desperate flash of our lantern, I see Thomas's face. His eyes are wide with a terror that is not meant for this world. He's not looking at the nets. He's looking down into the dark water right beside our boat. Then a shape rises. It is immense, glistening, and blacker than the water around it. It has no discernible features, no head, no limbs, just a vast, smooth form that rises up like a mountain of polished obsidian. It envelops our boat, and the lantern's glow is swallowed in its shadow. The hum grows louder, a resonance that vibrates through my very bones. The air becomes thick and heavy, and the salty smell of the sea is replaced by something else, something metallic and cold. I feel as if we're inside a mouth. Thomas screams, not a sound of terror, but of pure unraveling insanity. I see his body convulse, then go rigid. Robert is still fumbling with his knife, stares down into the water, his jaw slack. The lantern, a pathetic warm eye, is reflected on the impossible smooth surface of the creature. And then I notice it. It's not just a smooth black shape. As it rises closer, its surface begins to ripple and shift. Where our lantern light touches it, it's as if a veil is being pulled back. I see eyes, dozens of them, hundreds, not the eyes of a fish or any sea creature I've ever heard of, but dark, fathomless orbs that hold a cold, intelligent malice. And in each eye, I can see the perfect, tiny, warm reflection of our flickering lantern light. The creature doesn't touch our boat. It doesn't need to. The nets, taut as harp strings, are ripped away with a sound like tearing canvas, and with them go our fishing gear, our hope, our very means of survival. It's not our fish it wants. It's our light. Suddenly the moon returns, casting its cold light. The monster recedes, slipping back into the dark depths. Our boat is released, left to bob like a cork on the wild, turbulent surface. The hum fades, but the silence that follows is even more terrifying. We are alone. The nets are gone. Thomas is on the floorboards gibbering. Robert is staring at his reflection in the dark, cold water, and in his eyes I see the light of our lantern reflected, but also something else. A deeper, colder light from the abyss. We drift for days. The needles disappear behind us. We eat nothing, drink only the rain that falls from the ever-present storm clouds. On the third night the moon returns, and with it the cold hum from the deep. This time the creature rises not just beside our boat, but underneath it. Its vast, dark form becomes our world. The dozens of eyes stare up, and in each of them I see the reflection of our single, warm, flickering lantern. "Robert," I whisper. My voice is as broken as Thomas's now. "It wants the light." The creature has not harmed us. It has taken our nets, our hope. But it has left us with one thing, our lantern. And it is staring at that light with a deep, abiding hunger. I look at the lantern, then at the vast alien eyes below us. The warmth of the lantern's flame suddenly feels like a curse, not a comfort. I look at Robert, and he knows. He knows what we have to do. I thought of my children, of the nets mended by lamplight, of my wife's hands rough with salt. I thought of Turner's brush, though I did not know his name. That someday someone might see me here, locked in this instant. Then I made the only choice left to me. I cupped the lantern in my palms. I blew. In the absolute bone-chilling darkness that follows, the hum from the deep stops. The vast black shape sinks back into the abyss. We are alone again, the moon obscured, a memory. We found our way to shore 3 days later, half mad and empty-handed. But we never spoke of the creature, the deep hum, or the dozens, hundreds of cold eyes that wanted our light. We knew better. We learned the hard truth. The deepest terrors of the ocean are not the things that swallow you whole. They are the things that take your light and leave you with the dark. I am Turner's canvas, and I remember the lantern's last gleam. I keep it forever, though the man is gone. His scream, his silence, his surrender, they are mine now. Painted flame, painted sea, painted eyes. You may turn away, but I will always whisper the truth. The sea does not forget. You have been listening to The Portraits Whisper on Storylink Radio, where every canvas has a story to tell. Be sure to subscribe and listen for our next guest, for the gallery never sleeps, and another canvas is already waiting to whisper.